Over the next 2 minutes, I want to make you think about and reflect on a term called interleaving. Now, I often hear people getting mixed up with interleaving or thinking it's exactly the same as spacing. Now, it is linked to spacing, and if you watch a previous video that I've talked about spacing, where it's leaving time in between retrieval activities so students almost get time to forget it, interleaving is kind of mixed with that, but it's also a very, very separate skill. And what interleaving is actually comparing and contrasting two skills side by side. Because in life, and certainly in our exam papers, we're not going to, it's not all linear. We're not going to get 5 questions on the same topic or the same skill, and then we move to another topic or another skill. They're going to be mixed in. So we need to then enable our children to then see the differences between the questions and the differences between the skills, so they can identify what's the question asking me, what skill do I need to use from my toolbox, or what bit of knowledge do I need to use, and how do I apply that now, rather than 10 addition questions all on the bounce. Because once you've done the first 4 or 5, you know exactly what's coming, you know exactly what to do, you're in your comfort zone, and it's just an automated practice. You're not really reading the question, you almost know exactly what's coming next. If I give you an example, a practical example of this, I'm a PE teacher in a past life. If I was going to teach you how to play tennis, what I would initially do was I would teach you how to play forehand. So I'd get you stood in the right position, we'd play forehand, you'd get the grip right, and I'd be constantly just hitting balls to your forehand so you could get it right. So I need to build up a foundational level of skill before I can do some interleaving. Then I would then go to backhand, and we would change our stance, we'd change our grip, we'd play backhand. But actually, that doesn't make you a great tennis player, because I've put you in the position, I've stood you there, I've got the right grip, and I've fed the ball in the exact position. A bit like those 10 maths questions in a row. But at some point in a game, if we started playing a game then, and I hit one to your backhand, well, hang on a second, I'm not in the right position. I need to get you in a position to be able to identify where the ball's coming, identify the question or the problem, and react. So what I would start to do after I've got you very good at backhand and very good at forehand is I would start to vary the feed. Now say, right, you're now going to stand face on, and I'm going to throw the ball either left or right, and you've got to identify what's coming and get in the right position and hit the right ball. That is a perfect example of interleaving, because I need to work out what's the problem, what's in my toolbox, and how do I react. And we can do that very easily in our classrooms as well. Once our children get to a certain level of competency on individual skills, then it's about interleaving those skills together. So starting to put some questions of an addition question, followed by a multiplication question, followed by a division question, or questions about different areas of the world in geography, and how because they can then start to compare and contrast between the questions and selecting the right skill. So that, in a nutshell, in 2 minutes, is what interleaving is.